Hello, my name is Molly, and today I'm taking you on an adventure to Mali, West Africa, to visit the Dogon culture. The Dogon culture is renowned for their blacksmith skills. Their primary form of art are sculptures of wood and metals, such as brass and iron. Subjects mainly consider freedom and religious figures. Blacksmiths in the Dogon culture are considered to have supernatural powers and are considered symbolic mediators between the spiritual realm and the physical world.
Figure of a warrior was created by the Dogon culture in Mali, West Africa, around the 19th and 20th century. It's an iron figure and stands at 81 centimeters. That's roughly 6.5 feet. The warrior was cast using a stretching method that involved constant hammering in order to make a cylindrical shape. Iron was one of the more expensive metals, so this probably was not created on an artist's whim. It is now found at the Sculpture Museum in Hofburg, Germany.
The figure of a warrior with its arms outstretched as if ready for battle, due to the constant threats from outside sources, the stance was very important in the Dogon culture.
The Dogon would locate their villages on the cliff sides in order to help protect themselves from invading Islamic armies as well as slave traders. The warriors within their society became highly praised for being able to protect them against these outside forces. Most of their warrior figure artwork depicts cavalry, often cast in bronze on small rings which could be worn on the hand. This thin statue of a man is uncharacteristic of the military genre of Dogon art due to the fact that it is an infantry soldier. It is a rare subject for a Dogon artist to choose, and that perhaps is what makes it all the more interesting and obscure of an object.
It's fascinating that it's warrior, but why was it made? And what is its purpose? And what is its relation to the Dogon culture?
Objects of metal and wood were used to receive help or support from the spiritual world. Tall, skinny figures, like figure of a warrior, were often stuck in the ground next to fields to receive aid for their crops. And figures with outstretched arms were used to call for rain from a mermaid-like hermaphrodite creature, called or known as the Nomo.
But is the figure of a warrior one of these relics that was used to call for rain? Or could have possibly been used for protection, considering there were invaders and slave traders around and dangerous? Also, the Dogon were spiritual people. So the figure of a warrior could have possibly been used as a protector, or a remembrance of a warrior who has passed.
Dance, in the Dogon culture, is considered a link between this world and the spiritual beings in another world. Comparing the tall nature of the Kanaga masks which they would wear in these spiritual dances and the figure of a warrior, there are obvious similarities. The Dogon sculptures are not often thin and tall like these two examples show. Is it reasonable to say that there is a connection? In my own opinion, the sheer height in its own regards could possibly reference the spirit world. They are from the same culture, therefore the same visual ideals would be associated with each piece and represent importance in the Dogon culture.
Thank you for joining us on this Dogon adventure. Please join us next time as we discuss the material not covered in the oceanic section in class.